If you're thinking about buying a home in Cedar Park, Texas in 2026, there are about 6 things nobody tells you until after you close. And one of them could blow your monthly budget but hundreds of dollars before you ever unpack a box. So today I'm going to walk you through the real buyer guide for Cedar Park 78613, the stuff that actually matters once you're under contract and closed. Stick with me to the end because number 3 is one that catches almost every state auto buyer off guard. Real quick, this video is for you if you're relocating to Cedar Park or you're already in Central Texas and you're moving up, moving over, or buying your first home in 78613. Maybe you're coming for a job at Apple or Dell or Samsung or one of the aerospace and defense companies like Firefly up here in North Austin and the Cedar Park area. Maybe you've got family already in the area and you're trying to figure out what's the difference between Cedar Park versus Leander, Round Rock, Georgetown, or even Liberty Hill. Either way, this is the stuff that doesn't show up in Zillow and it does not show up online. I'm going to cover 6 things in this video. 1, schools. And the one mistake most every relocating family makes. 2, utilities, water, sewer, trash, electric, and internet, who you actually pay and what the rates run. 3, insurance, and why your online mortgage calculator is almost not telling you the whole truth. 4, grocery stores, all 10 of them, because food matters. 5, parks, trails, and lifestyle stuff that makes Cedar Park Cedar Park. And 6, at the end, I'll tell you the one thing that every buyer client must do before they ever write a contract. Let's get into it. First one, schools. Cedar Park sits inside Leander Independent School District, LISD. And Leander ISD is one of the larger, faster growing districts in the state of Texas. We've got a lot of elementary schools and a lot of middle schools and even several high schools surrounding and serving Cedar Park and the surrounding areas. Now, the thing nobody tells relocating buyers is the feeder pattern can change. It doesn't change every year, but when it changes more often than people think. And when a new elementary school opens, or when enrollment shifts, or when a campus is consolidated, LISD redraws the attendance zones, and the school your kid is zoned for today may not be the school they're zoned for next August. And I'll give you a real life example. Right now, as I'm recording this, Fabian Elementary School closed at the end of the 26th school year. Students who were zoned and going to Fabian are now being rezoned. And based on their address, that is either going to be Westside Elementary School or Reed Elementary School for the 26-27 school year, depending on which middle school they feed into. That decision was made in February of 2026. This is months after some families bought in the area the previous summer and closed on their home. So here's my best practice and advice. And this is what I tell every single buyer client who has school-age kids. Don't rely on what it says online. And this even includes MLS, guys. Zillow, Great Schools, any online third-party site, you can't 100% trust them. So what I do is I send my clients to the school district to find out the current boundaries and where schools are going to be zoned in the coming school year. So this is what I tell my clients, and this is what I tell them to do. Once you've identified a specific address you're seriously interested in, not just the neighborhood, but the actual address, call Leander ISD Enrollment and speak with the office directly for enrollment and confirm the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school for that specific address and ask them. And this is the important questions. Are there any boundary studies being performed at this time? Is there any rezoning conversations happening at this time? Or campus consolidations are being discussed for this attendance area? Because Leander ISD will tell you, they publish a long-range plan. They have community input sessions. The information is out there, you just have to ask. And if the schools are top 3 priority for your family, and for most of my relocating buyers they are, that 15-minute phone call will save you a year of grief. Okay, number 2, utilities. This is one that nobody covers, and it can swing your monthly budget by $150 to $200 depending on the season. In Cedar Park city limits, your water, sewer, and trash are all city utilities. One bill to the city. And here, roughly, what the rates look like as of 2026, and I want you to write these down or screenshot them because you can compare these against whatever you're paying now, wherever you live. All right, so the residential base rate is around $19.90 for the first 2,000 gallons. During stage 3 drought restriction, which Cedar Park is in right now, it's not uncommon, that base rate goes up to $21.69. Residential wastewater, sewer, base rate is $23, also including the first 2,000 gallons. After that, you're paying a tiered rate per 1,000 gallon. So if you've got a big backyard, an irrigation system, a pool, kids who take long showers, your bill goes up fast in the summertime. And here's a little money saving tip I tell all my new homeowners. Your sewer rate is calculated based on your winter water usage, specifically December, January, and February. So if you can shut off your irrigation system off from about mid-October through February when your lawn is dormant anyways, you can lock in lower sewage charges for the entire next year. It's a real savings. The city literally averages those 3 winter months to set your sewer bill. Now, electricity. This is one that surprises people coming from other parts of Texas or other parts of the country. In Cedar Park, your electric provider is Pedernales Electric Co-op, PEC. There is only one option, and it's not a competitive market here, meaning you can't go pick your utility provider. Now, in Texas, you're either in a co-op area, which Cedar Park is at, and a lot of Central Texas is, or you're in a deregulated market where you can shop providers. Cedar Park is PEC's territory, so you cannot shop your electricity rate the way you can, say, in Houston or Dallas. The good news is PEC is a member-owned cooperative. It actually is the largest electric distribution co-op in the United States. And as members, being a utility user, you get capital credits return over time. Not as good news, you're locked in, but if you've been on a deregulated plan somewhere else in Texas and you're used to shopping rates every 12 months, it's just not a thing here. And then internet. Cedar Park is a mix. I've seen Google Fiber, I've seen Spectrum, I've seen AT&T. It really depends on your specific address. Some neighbors have both, some have one, some are still waiting for Google Fiber and to finish out their build out. That's actually actively happening right now in Cedar Park. I see the Google Fiber trucks coming out and laying new fiber. So before you fall in love with a house, check the address on the provider's website. If a gigabit fiber is important to you, and there's a lot of remote workers, that this is something that you should consider in your next home purchase criteria. It's not an afterthought. And trash and recycling are bundled into your city utility bill, so you don't have to set up that separately, and that's a nice quality of life detail. Okay, number 3. This is the one I told you about at the top of the video. This is the one that catches people off guard. Homeowners insurance in Texas isn't cheap. And if you've been using an online mortgage calculator to figure out your monthly payment, um, say at Zillow or Bankrate or Rocket, whatever those calculators automatically plug in, is low for an insurance estimate. Sometimes really, really low. And when you get a real quote during the option period, um, when you're under contract, that monthly payment can jump $200, $300, $400, and that surprises a lot of people. So lesson number one: get a real insurance quote early, like when you're seriously looking at putting in an offer, not the day before closing. Call a local independent insurance broker, somebody who will shop multiple carriers and get an actual number for the actual house you're looking at, because it matters. Now, here in Cedar Park specifically, the Cedar Park Fire Department is rated an ISO Class 1. That's the highest possible rating you can get for the insurance rating. ISO is an insurance service office. They rate fire protection from 1 to 10. And 1 means your community has a superior fire protection equipment, staffing, water supply, response time, the whole package. Out of roughly 39,000 fire departments in the country, only a small percentage holds a Class 1. So what that means for you as a buyer in Cedar Park, that ISO rating helps you push down your insurance premium. Carriers reward Class 1 communities, so you can start from a better base than a lot of other parts in Central Texas. But this is important. That Class 1 rating only applies to inside Cedar Park limits. If your house is in Cedar Park mailing address, it's actually in an ETJ, an extraterritorial jurisdiction, or in an unincorporated area of Williamson County or Travis County, you're looking at an ISO rating class of 3 or more maybe. So still good, it's just not the same. So when you're getting that insurance quote, make sure your broker is pulling the right rating for your specific address. Now, the other thing you have to understand about Texas homeowners insurance is that this catches, again, most buyers off guard, is your roof deductible, right? In Texas, most carriers don't write a flat dollar amount on the roof claim anymore. They write a percentage of deductible, typically 1 to 3% of your home's insured value. So you do the math right there, right? So on a $600,000 home with a 2% deductible, that's a $12,000 out of pocket before the insurance pays anything. So when you get a quote, you need to ask 3 specific questions. 1, what is my deductible for wind and hail? 2, what is the percentage, or is it a percentage or is it a flat dollar amount? 3, is the roof covered on a replacement cost value or an actual cash value basis? Those are 2 different numbers on a payout on a claim. Replacement cost means insurance pays to replace the roof with the new one. Actual cash value means they pay you the depreciated value of your old roof, which on a 10-year roof might be next to nothing. Big, huge difference. And listen, I am not an insurance agent and I cannot give you an insurance advice. What I can tell you is get a real quote. Understand your deductibles. Understand whether your roof has replacement cost or ACV, and budget realistically. If you do that before you write your offer, you will not be the buyer who calls me 3 weeks before closing in a panic about their payment going up $400 a month. Okay, number 4, let's lighten things up. Groceries. Cedar Park punches way above its weight class for grocery options. For a city of our size, this is honestly one of the things I brag about most to relocating buyers. You've got HEB, right? HEB is a Texas grocery institution. If you're new to Texas, you will quickly learn HEB is the place to be. Randall's is a full service grocery, mostly on the east side of town. There's 2 different locations. Um, very good selection. Aldi is the next one, and it's the budget conscious or just people that like the Aldi feel. And it's on 1431 and 183 Bell Boulevard, and it's busy for a reason. Sprouts Market, it has natural products and supplements. I've been there, very nice selection. Whole Foods, yes, we have one of those too. And Target, we have both the Super Target with full groceries. Walmart, we have 2 of them, super centers, also full groceries. And Costco for the bulk and warehouse, and that's off of 183A. So that's 8, and I got 2 more to mention. So coming in January 2026, Trader Joe's broke ground. It's on 1431 in Arrow Point, and it's got a new 12,000 square foot store. Now, the timeline, it's target for October of 2027. So I mean to say it's coming. I mean, it's coming, not next month, but the dirt is moving. It's been rezoned, it's approved, and it is locked in. Then last, and number 10, H Mart. If you know, you know. Technically, H Mart is just out inside city limits of Austin, but it is a stone's throw. It's literally like one exit and you'd be in Cedar Park. So if you've already been up here to 78613, it's a 5-minute drive. It's got Korean groceries, fresh seafood, prepared foods, in courts, food court, and it's just a destination. It's just not a grocery run. So that is 10 grocery options. And for a suburb of Cedar Park, with hundreds of thousands of people, with 100,000 people, that's just not normal. That's a Cedar Park thing. Number 5, lifestyle stuff, and that means parks. Cedar Park has invested heavily in its park systems, and if you're moving here with kids, with dogs, or just like to be outside, this is going to be one of your favorite things about living here. And let me walk you through the park system that I send my buyer clients to, all 6 of them. So the first one on the list is the Brushy Creek Lake Park. This park is probably one of the more popular parks in Cedar Park. It is, it's a body of water that you can fish on, you can kayak, you can paddleboard, and there are trails that connect it to the larger Brushy Creek Regional Trail System. There's playgrounds, there's splash pads for the kids in the summer, and picnic areas for the whole family, the whole thing. If you're showing somebody what Cedar Park living looks like, you're taking them there first. Lakeline Park. Now, this is one of the newer communities in Cedar Park. There's about a 2.5-mile loop trail. There's an amphitheater that hosts community events. It's really fun. I've been there. And a big open lawn space. Kind of a, a small town feel. And a playground, fishing, canoeing, kayaking access. It's a great park for a weekend afternoon. And again, one of the newer parks in the Bell District area, Bell District development along 183, the new library, the public gathering area, the public art. It's got a trail, fishing access, and it's quickly becoming one of the social hubs of the city. If you're following the city's growth, Bell District there's a whole lot of energy going in there right now. Another park is Veterans Memorial Park. Veterans Memorial Park is a larger community park with memorial spaces, walking trails, sports courts, pool facilities. I've been to that one. It's pretty cool. And a big open space for family gatherings and events. Melbourne Park. So again, another major recreational hub. It's got sports courts, pool, playground, trails, community event space. And if you have kids in youth sports, trust me, you're going to end up there. And then we have Champions Park, another one that's public. It's got fields, playscapes, trail access, and you'll get to know it well if you've got kids in the area. That is all 6 parks. There are more, but those are the ones I tell relocating buyers to drive through before they decide on a neighborhood, because where you live in Cedar Park does determine which park becomes your park. And that's it, the real buyer's guide for Cedar Park, Texas in 2026. Schools, utilities, insurance, grocery stores, parks, and the piece of advice nobody else is going to give you. If you're thinking about moving to Cedar Park, Leander, Round Rock, Georgetown, Liberty Hill, or anywhere in Central Texas, I'd love to talk. I've been doing this for a long time. I've represented many buyers across Central Texas, and my contact information description is below. You can call, text me directly, and I will send you a free relocation packet with the current market data or for whichever neighborhood you're looking at. If this video has helped you, do me a favor, hit like, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. And I'm dropping some new Cedar Park content every single week, neighborhood tours, market updates, property tax breakdowns, all of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.